Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talking TV with Nick and Josh. I'm Josh.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about episode 7, One Arrest.
You had to look at that, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. Because
Right.
I wanted to say The Wire again, because we did that one last week. But
we did it twice. So
we did. We
you
did
wanted to
do it twice.
3
Hopefully,
times. Yeah.
knocking on some wood, that we don't have to do this one again.
That was my wiener. He knocked on.
Wow. You packing already? I just started talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little froggy. Does that
Yeah.
turn you on?
No, not even in
No?
the least.
All right.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
So,
Angela is kind of tall, so I thought you might like
tall people?
beastly.
Everybody's talking about it to me.
Beastly, manly women.
Wow. I'm going to play that for her.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, this is episode 7. It came out July 21st, 2002.
Yeah.
Did skip a week. The week before was July 7th. Or the episode before.
That's so weird. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what,
obviously, I didn't watch it live, so I have no idea. But
Yeah,
like
no.
you were saying, that they just kind of didn't have much backing to start, right? Is that
Well,
what you
I
said?
mean, it didn't have, fans didn't
Right.
watch it, So, all right, so we open up in the office, or the basement as you call it.
Yep.
You got Herc, McNulty, and Carver basically listening to The Wire.
Right.
Lester and Prez are,
Trying to explain to them.
well, yeah, they're playing a spot for them to see if they can
They
figure out.
play it first, and then
Yeah, they're like,
everybody's
you-
like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they don't know what they're saying, so they go, "Can you figure out what they're saying?" So they kind of half-ass guess, but Prez knows what they're saying,
Right.
and explains it to him.
Well, and Hurt kind of got it.
He got a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, he got more than what
Carver. He got
Carver.
one word. He said what did he say? Like it was white on black, and he said wait on black.
Yeah.
They figure out black is code for stinkum.
Yep.
They figure out he's bringing the re up.
4 packs.
Four packs.
G-packs.
Yeah. They know when and
It's gotta be
where.
a lot of fucking money.
It's $40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy. And to think they probably make 120,000 on them motherfuckers,
Yeah.
or like 100. But I don't know. I don't know how much they make, but I know they obviously turn a profit, or they wouldn't do it.
Very good. They make profit. That is insight right there, buddy.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, they must turn a profit.
Well, I mean, obviously they would. They have to, or they wouldn't do it. You're
They
not
turn a
gonna-
fuck hell of a profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about all the little hoppers and all the motherfuckers they gotta pay.
Yeah, they don't pay them shit for what they make.
Yeah,
so.
but still,
Yeah.
they still gotta pay them something.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty. It shows you that just because they have a wire up doesn't mean they know what's going on.
Right.
They still have to figure out what's
Well, because
happening.
and then Prez starts. He breaks it down, and then he quotes a Rolling Stones song, "Brown Sugar,"
Yeah.
and basically, Carver asks him, "How long did it take you to figure this out?"
Yeah.
And he's like, 4 or 5 hours. And he's like, "You sat there for 4 or 5 hours trying to figure this out?" Like,
Which, see, Carver's like, what the fuck? Like,
well, because Carver's not smart.
no, I mean, yeah,
I mean, he's
It's-
not like Prez is like he uses his brain,
for this, yeah.
like because he does the word searches or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, no, it's a puzzle, and he's
Right.
trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
And Carver's not like that.
Right.
But, yeah, so where it impresses me, it didn't impress Carver at all.
Right.
But if they didn't have someone doing that, they wouldn't be where they're at now.
No, definitely.
I mean, he already cracked the code, and now
Well, and
he's
it's funny
cracking more
too
codes.
because you don't really see Lester in the office a lot with him, but like this episode later on, you actually see Lester out, like doing some,
Yeah, well, because he's allowed to go out.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but Lester's kind of like him too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he's smarter.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for 13 years and 4 months.
No,
so.
that's the pawn shop.
Well, I mean, but he's been like doing
Yeah.
police work for
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah. So the quote of the episode is a man must have a code by Bunk,
Yes.
which we get into later.
It's like way later. Like it's
Yeah.
like basically almost the last scene. I think it actually might be the last scene.
It's close to
Yeah, it's actually it's right before the last scene. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. You're like, it might be. Yeah.
Well, because I was trying to think because
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday and took my notes. So
Yeah, which, like, is when Angela and I watched it, I missed that. I forget. I was probably bitching.
Oh, the quote?
Yeah. And I didn't feel like rewinding it, and I said, I'll just write it down next time.
Right,
then,
well, because you knew you were going to watch it
yeah,
again.
so then when he says it, I'm like, oh, that's it.
Yep.
I just remembered, you know. So then we go to homicide. You got Rawls talking to Santangelo over by the filing cabinet.
Yep.
Basically, Rawls has proven that he's a cocksucker.
He's just busting his balls.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Hardcore busting his balls.
He basically tells him he wants McNulty or go out and do your job. He's telling him he has too many open
Right, he's got to
cases.
find dirt or go pick a murder and solve it.
And not just any murder, one of his old murders that he hasn't solved.
Not a recent murder.
Because let's face it, Santangelo's not the brightest person in the world.
Definitely not.
All right, what the fuck was that?
That was drag racing.
Jesus
going on in the front. Hopefully Jerome's not watching Fight Club again and whatever the fuck.
So now we go. There's a lot of flashes in this episode too. I noticed as I was writing.
I think I've kind of thought about that, but I feel like there was less than.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, less than like 2
the last
episodes
two.
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because the shit's going on simultaneously, so I'm
right.
With that. So, well, no, because I always think to myself, there's a lot of times where we're talking, and I'm like, so then it flashes here, and you're like going to the next one, but it's really flashing back, and so like we're not talking about the same thing.
Right. Well, I think that's why I have 11 pages of notes too, is because I actually like made myself write shit down to every scene, just so like that doesn't happen.
I just draw a line at the end of the scene, so I know when it cuts to the
Makes
next
sense. I might pick that up.
But once in a while, like I fuck that up. I did it somewhere in here, but
I might steal that from you.
So then we go back to the office. You got Lester, Keeman, Herc, and Carver, and how and what they're going to do with Stinkum.
Yeah, they're just breaking it down on how it's going to go, what they're going to do. They're going to pop the runner, and they're going to basically
let Stinkum go. Which I like. It's like, you stay on Stinkum. I'll get to. Okay, you stay on Stinkum, and or whatever.
No,
and
that's not happening.
And then Lester's like, no, let him go. They're like, what?
Yeah, and you can tell that confused the fuck out of them. And then, like, when we get to the scene, like, you can tell that Carver's like, fuck, like, I could catch this guy. Like, he's right there.
Yeah.
Which, I get why, but, he could have easily caught him. Because there was fucking a boatload of motherfuckers running after that runner.
Yeah, but
it would have gave him up.
They explained.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
they're not out to get Stinkum.
If it wouldn't have given it away, they could have very easily caught him. Is what I was saying.
Yeah. So then we go to the judge's office.
Oh, yeah.
I think this scene is why I don't like him.
Yeah, he's like a perv, Dickie Perv.
A Dickie Perv. You know.
That's like a porn name. A burn name.
I think I had a friend in grade school named Dickie Perv. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, Jesus, fuck. That's interesting.
So you got McNulty and Perlman. They're asking for another 30 days on the taps.
And he's caught, like, he's like,
yeah, I wrote down, you misspelled culpable.
Yeah, culpable.
And then you missed
then and then. Gives him like a grammar fucking lesson. And I would have just shit right on his desk. I would have been like, you know what? Fuck you. Here's my fucking lunch from this morning, or my breakfast, whatever.
You digest that stuff that fast?
It would have been my dinner from last night. Whatever. I would have shit right on his fucking desk and told him to eat it.
Well, the funny thing is,
a fucking cop.
I just keep the caption on now, the closed caption.
Right.
Because it just makes it easier. So
I actually had to use captions in this one.
Oh, really? It's on, so now I just leave it on.
No,
I turn it off when I really watch it.
Right.
But, yeah.
To find the dude, the runner, his name, I thought it was like Kevin Johnson.
It is.
No, I thought it was something else. I thought he said, it wasn't Kevin, but it was, I can't remember what I thought he fucking said.
It's funny because when we come to that, I wrote down KJ.
Yeah. All right.
So,
I can't remember what, but I was just like, what? I'm like, what is his name? And then I was like, rewound it, put subtitles on.
Oh, that's funny. So, he gives him 30 more days, but he gives McNulty a bunch of shit, and then gives Perlman, like, all these...
Pervy. Like, he wants to fuck her.
Yeah, but before he even tells us...
basically...
Before he tells us all that...
Lets her know, hey...
Well, no, he not... Sorta.
He kind of, like, makes a pass at her.
A little bit, yeah.
And tells her, another 10 years, you keep up all this good work, you could be,
Yeah. There we go.
Hey, Ross. How you doing, Bubba Cheese?
So then,
You gotta talk louder.
I don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
They,
I think I'm gonna have some chips.
oh, for fuck's sake. I forgot to get a drink. I might have to get up here in a second. So, his quote is, and he doesn't say this till after she leaves, but he's, oh, but I'd like to throw a fuck into her.
Yeah. Which is something I've never said in my life.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever mentioned that either.
I think I might have said, man, I'd love to fuck her.
Not throw a
Or
fuck?
I'm gonna fuck her.
You're like,
But
hey,
I've never said I
Pass-
would love to
pass
throw a
back to
fuck
pass,
into her.
and he throws the fuck into her.
Yeah, never said that.
Yeah.
Must be an older thing. I don't know.
And then he tries to get all cute with McNulty. Say, hey,
Yeah.
you know, I'm here for you. All that, but you can trust me. You got a friend.
the way
here.
I took it is that he can sense and sees that McNulty's like done with his shit
Yeah.
and is just like fed up. Like, look,
Hey, why don't
you
you-
fucked me over
Yeah.
multiple times. Like, I'm just here business. Like, I don't want to be your buddy. I want to fucking tell you got
See-
mustard on your fucking tie.
Right.
I hope you choke on a
And
fucking
see-
hot dog.
And see, and this is one of those things. So then it flashes back to Stinkum in the truck.
Yeah.
So you got Kima and Sidner in one car, Carver and Herc in the other.
Yeah, they radio
Yeah, they're
as they
telling
drive
got
by.
him. Herc takes his picture.
Yeah, and what he says, got him or something like
Yeah.
that. And then the light turns, and then they go
they get right on his ass, turn the siren on.
light him up.
Slick Rick gets out of the car.
Basically, it looks like Slick Rick
Oh
with his
my
little eye patch.
It was so funny. I'm like, hey, it's Slick Rick. So,
Once upon a time,
yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Not long ago.
what people live,
So then he runs into the pits where
Yeah.
they're taking it.
which is probably the dumbest place he could have fucking gone.
Well, where the hell? Well, he's trying to get it there, I guess. Maybe he could get it to the stash house and then hide it. Before
I don't think. I think he was just like, "Fuck, there's a bunch of fucking cops coming after me. I gotta run."
Yeah.
And he only has one eye, so
He was the one.
his ears were probably his senses other than his sight were heightened.
Well, they weren't his feet because he trips.
Yeah. Well, that's not a.
That's not a sense?
No.
Okay.
He could probably smell a cheeseburger from like 2 miles away or something.
Maybe.
To make
Not
up.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Can you tell I'm hungry? Talking about cheeseburgers?
That's funny. My pizza was really good today.
I
by
bet
the
it
way.
was.
And wings. Oh, you don't like wings? I forgot.
I mean, I'll eat them, but I don't like hot just because they're super fucking vinegary.
Super
but
fucking
Soupin'. I sound like Jerome.
I know.
A Willie, right ho? Is that your real ho?
That was awesome.
God. Go follow Plika and watch the fucking woolly mammoth or whatever.
The woolly mammoth.
Far
the
Cry
wine-
Animal Primal
Ah,
or
you got me
whatever.
saying it, for fuck's sake. It's
Just
Nick,
go watch the
it's
goddamn
Jerome
videos.
and Nick's Adventures in Far Cry.
Yeah. Why don't we have a Josh and like Nick and Josh adventures?
It's
in
hard
some kind
enough
of
to
game?
get you to come over to do this shit.
Well, fuck. It's just schedules coordinating. That's all it is.
Don't quit your job and come play video games.
All right.
I'm not paying your ass.
You don't have to pay me.
Oh, okay, good.
Just pay my child support.
Fuck that. So isn't there a percentage? Oh no, it's a flat fee, right?
Well, yeah, I pay $1,200 a month.
Is that a percentage?
That's just what I'm ordered to pay.
Oh, because I guess if I pay you like $1 a week, she only get like if she gets 12%, she gets 12 cents.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure that would work out well.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So he runs in the pits. Bodie and Poot are sitting there.
Yeah.
Run, Forrest, run!
Yeah.
They don't say that shit, but like,
And then doesn't Bodie check Herc like kind of?
yeah,
throw his
like
shoulder
nonchalant.
into
He
him?
goes, "Hello, officer." And I thought he said, "Excuse me, officer," but when I watched it the second time and I had the subtitles on, he's like, "Hello, officer," and just runs him. Like, yeah, I actually wrote that down that he gets in Herc's way. So then, yeah, they catch him. And
Sidner shows up too. He comes and
catches
he starts
him.
fucking running after him.
thank God Sidner showed up.
Looks like
they
fucking-
might have lost him without Sidner. I gotta
Looks
be
like
honest.
what's that game? Jesse Owens,
That-
Black, Carl Lewis,
what?
Black Sprinter. That's what he looked like to me.
Wow. I'm not really sure what you just said right now.
I don't know.
What's that black movie?
No, I said black game, but I meant to say black guy. The sprinter, the old Olympic sprinter. There's
Yeah.
a movie about it with Sudeikis.
Yeah. Jesse Owens.
Is Jesse Owens?
You don't know who Jesse Owens is?
I do, but that's why I was like, I wanted to make sure I was saying the right name.
Sidner looks nothing like Jesse Owens.
And I know Carl Lewis is also another black sprinter from U.S. history.
Name a white sprinter from U.S. history. Okay, next.
Ubaldo Jimenez.
He's just making shit up.
He's a pitcher.
He's not white.
No, I know.
And he's not from America.
I've never met a white guy named Ubaldo.
No, I've never met any guy named
He
Ubaldo.
lives in America, I'm sure. At least during baseball season.
That's not what I said. I didn't ask where his residency was.
Before we go to the next scene, I thought it was funny. I chuckled when Herc said, anyone got a smoke after they caught him?
I thought you would.
I don't know why. It was just like, well, that's actually kind of clever. Like, that's something
And
I would probably say.
all-
And I would mean it because I would probably want to fucking smoke.
And they all, yeah, but he
Make my fucking fat ass run.
yeah. I mean, they were all out.
Oh, they
Out of
all
breath.
laughed.
Yeah. Oh, right, and they all thought it was funny. It almost makes you wonder if it was like something he just said.
Impromptu.
Yeah.
Like a little
Yeah.
Improv.
Yeah.
Impromptu.
Whatever.
Jesus,
I knew
fuck.
what you meant.
I forgot to do my tongue twister on the way here to get all the fucking giblets out of my mouth.
How many giblets do you have in your mouth? That's what I want to know.
Fucking probably a lot. The way I'm talking today, I sound like Jerome. He's gonna make a fucking hacksaw video from fucking all my outtakes. Jesus.
All right, so then they flash back to the judge. This is when he says, "You have a friend in me."
Yeah.
So then Stinkum pages Stringer.
We just skipped over.
What?
Well, basically, it was just he was asking.
Oh, because we already covered it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, go if you
Like
got more.
Daniel, I just wrote that Daniel's actually saved it, and
Yeah.
McNulty was like, "Yeah, I'm going into fucking tank mode," and Daniels comes in and saves it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I wrote that down. No big deal.
Right.
So,
Then they show Stinkum, Page, and Stringer.
yep.
So, wow, I wrote Carver, but Sidner has to run to the rooftop.
Yeah, that was fucked. He like parks in the middle of the fucking street.
Yeah,
like,
just
doesn't
leaves
even-
his
just
car in the
fucking-
street.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like to me, that would like be like what? I mean, I don't know if Stinkum could see the car from there, but
No, I think he's on the other side.
okay.
Yeah.
But that would have definitely like tipped me, like been like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, I don't think that. I mean,
I don't know, and you can tell that Stinkum's just a fucking dope.
yeah, I mean, I guess he just got. I mean, he's just upset.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you call and say that?
because
shit?
they just lost $40,000.
Yeah, but you clearly shouldn't talk about that over the
But
phone.
clearly, he's not the only one who said this shit. He was just chastising Bodie the fucking week before.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying he's right, but I don't know. I mean,
I guess that's just kind of nature, your natural way, just to kind of like want to talk to your boss, like,
hey, what the fuck's going on?
hey,
They
we're
just-
down $40,000 here or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, Stringer's answer is, "Yo, why the fuck are you telling me this?"
I'll talk to you later or something.
Yeah.
I'll hit you later. I
Yeah.
think it's exactly what he said. Yeah.
So, and then we go to homicide, and Santangelo is working on a case.
Just so super frustrated.
Fucking Landsman
Shit,
comes up,
yeah.
and just starts laughing.
Was
at
he
him.
eating a hot dog or something? I think he was eating something.
He's usually eating something.
I'd probably get along with him.
He's just fucking being funny.
Yeah.
Goes over to the other guy. I forget the other guy's name.
All right, I didn't write that down either.
He goes over to him,
Gets a card
for like the
from
gypsy.
Madame LaRue.
Yeah.
Madame LaRue.
Gives it to him and says, "Hey, call this lady.
Yeah.
She's got."
And he's totally just yanking his fucking chain.
And the guy he took him. He didn't buy it at first,
He didn't,
but then he's like,
because he's like, "Stop fucking with me!
And-
Like,
but then
you
he-
can't be serious."
yeah. But he ends up buying it.
Oh,
just proves
and
he's
and he did it. You know, we'll get there when they flash over to that. But, yeah, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So then you got McNulty and Bunk working the
At the
Gant
murder scene. Yep.
I liked how they showed like a picture of Gangan with a hole in his head. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, this is where they're at." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Well, then he's like, there's like a dumpster or something, and then one on the one side, and then he turns around and he's like, but all these, you know, all these
There's,
home,
like,
how,
40
yeah,
fucking windows.
all these windows, there could be potential witnesses or whatnot.
Right.
So, do they? And then they
Wait,
flash
wait,
away,
wait,
right?
Wait.
There you go.
There you go.
Fucking guy. I think it's what Joe would say to me or something. This guy. But then they flash away, right? Because they don't help the lady on this one, right?
No.
That's what I thought. They flash over to the courtroom with Johnny Weeks.
Well, actually, she's going up the curb.
Trying to go up the curb.
And they're like, "Hey, ma'am, you need some help." And then she's like, "Oh, a white guy and a black guy
In the projects.
in suits
Working together
cops,"
or something.
and then they flash to Johnny.
Yeah. All right. That's
Johnny
what I thought.
Weeks, your favorite
Just
character.
a fuck boy of a fucking.
He's, in the middle of
being.
us watching this, Angel goes, "Who's Hess's favorite character?"
Not Johnny Weeks.
I was like, "Johnny Weeks, honey." No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
No, she did ask. I go, "I used to be Avon, but I don't even know if that's still true."
Yeah, I mean Omar. I would say Omar would be my favorite, but Avon is probably 2. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, after this season, we're gonna make a top 10.
And then 3 is Johnny Weeks.
3 is not Johnny Weeks.
Oh, okay.
Johnny Weeks is. I wish he was just dead.
Does he make your top 50?
No. As far as I care, he's uncredited for his role. I like Huck Buck better, Buckle Huck or whatever his name is.
Bucklehuck.
What's his name?
I think it's Hucklebuck.
Hucklebuck, yeah.
You dyslexic son of a bitch.
I like Hucklebuck better than Johnny Weeks.
So Johnny's sitting in court in his own orange jumpsuit.
Yep.
Ma'am!
Trying to
Whatever
get
the
a
fuck he says.
to the fucking lawyer.
And then Kima walks in with Bubs.
Bubbles pulled a favor, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, hey, my guy's fucking gonna get locked up.
Yeah.
Can you do
I mean,
that?
I assume so.
It must be pretty nice to fucking just have, like, a cop at your beckon. I mean,
he does a lot of shit for her.
No, I know, but like that, like they know that he does drugs. They just kind of look away from that, and he can
Well,
call
he doesn't
in.
do anything else. It's not
No,
like-
I know, but I mean, fuck,
He's
he could
harmless.
overdose. He could kill himself.
Yeah.
He could get a bad batch and fucking die. Kima don't give a shit about that, do she?
Yeah,
do
I think
she?
she,
Jesus,
I think she do.
sound like a fucking hillbilly.
Do she? I think she do.
I sound like a Billy Hill.
I think she would be upset if he died.
Probably.
But she knows she's not going to stop him from doing drugs.
Right.
I mean, she's realistic.
But I mean, I guess there are CIs in real life. I mean,
No, they made this up for the show.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No such thing as a CI.
There's a lady in Avondale, like, her family's suing because, like, her daughter was, like, an informant, and she ended up getting killed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and because they said they didn't protect her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like,
Well, if she's
fucking,
dead,
like,
they didn't protect her.
Last week, I think it happened or something. I was reading about it. I was like, well, that's Bubbles?
Bubbles?
That would suck dick, though,
Getting killed?
to be an informant. Like, because you know nobody likes a snitch, especially if you're snitching on, like,
I believe they say snitches
get stitches
Yeah.
turned into bitches.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You got to be doing shit to be a snitch, though.
Right. But, I mean, it would just suck knowing that at any given moment, you could run into someone that you shouldn't run into, and they fucking kill your ass.
Well, then don't do it. I mean, I don't
Right.
know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't think
I
I would want to do it. I don't think I'd want to be a fucking informant or a CI
I don't think I
or
would
whatever.
either, but, I mean, some people don't want to do the time either.
True. Yeah, I
It's a
guess.
decision you got to make. Or don't do that shit in the first place, and then you don't have to make that decision.
This is true.
Anyways, but back to
So, basically...
Johnny Weekers. Did you notice Bubs had a tie on?
Yeah. It was his regular get-up. Just
But
he
he had a
shirt
tie
tucked
on.
in and he had a tie on, yeah.
And when he points to Johnny Weeks, he points with his tie,
Yeah.
like he's Groucho Marx or something.
Like, hey, check it out. I'm wearing a fucking tie.
Um,
So basically, Keeman tells the prosecutor that she needs to pull him, and that he's like, reads this long rap sheet about possession, whatever, all this shit.
yeah, it's all a bunch of drug shit.
And he said that's fine as long as he goes to drug court, pleads to possession, and agrees to probation.
Yeah, and then she tells him, just go to drug court and piss in a cup and stay clean.
Convince
Go
them to
do some meetings, and
convince
you'll be
them
fine.
to make them feel like you want to change your life.
It basically fucking run around and fucking please them, jump through some hoops, and
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we go back to Bunk and McNulty with the lady. That's what I got.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think I moved ahead. Yeah, I just almost
Boring.
skipped that whole thing.
So basically, they're just getting there, getting details, talking to her. They
Right.
find out how far away, approximately how far away.
Which is what Omar said.
Right.
And Bird fits her
and
description.
this is
Even though we haven't met Bird, he fits her description. Did we meet Bird? We met him, but we haven't seen him. Yeah. She ain't testifying.
No, hell no. She's just a little scared old lady.
Yeah. Which,
And,
I didn't blame her.
And Bunk's like, don't be scared. Like, motherfucker, you don't live here, do you?
No, but what's he gonna say? What's he supposed to say?
I don't know. Fucking tell us.
Huh?
Give us more information. Testify.
Fucking tell us. That's the way to get people to
Fucking
talk.
testify, you little bitch.
Wow.
You old skank.
That was a nice old lady.
Yeah. No, I know.
You're fucked up.
I'm just saying that's what he could have said. Wait.
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked.
So yeah, this is when he finds out. He tells Bunk that Omar can testify.
Yeah, when they're walking in the car.
Walking back out or whatever.
Yeah, well, at first, Bunk was like, this doesn't really give us anything, and she's not gonna... And he's like, well, it corroborates everything Omar says.
Right.
If we get the gun, which Omar says he'll have on him, he's like, then we got one down. So.
That scene has to be coming up where Omar goes to court. Dressed like a goddamn Joker.
But they had to arrest him first.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, because remember we had said, you were like, I hope that's in the next one.
Yeah, and it wasn't. Well, I knew as soon as it started.
It has to be within the next two.
That's the hard about with this. The hard thing about this is when you watch them, like, there's, it's broken down, hour to hour. But when you think back on it, it's hard to decide where shit happened because it's just one long contiguous story,
I think I should take a vacation from work.
And just watch The Wire.
And you should too. And, like, sometime later on. And we should just fucking do, like...
52 episodes?
12 episodes in one day or something.
Could you imagine? Jesus Christ.
It's like a 12-hour long movie.
Or, like, and then the motherfucker fucking...
we could have, like... I could bring Abby over, and, like, Abby and Angela could just make us, like, chips and dip and salsa and... Little smoky weenies. And
little smoky weenies.
Go get pizza and wings.
How much food do you fucking want?
Well, if we're doing it for fucking... If we're gonna do it... Like, if we're gonna do a 24-hour...
or we're gonna do, like, around-the-clock Wire, it'll be like...
Yeah.
Where's Kiefer Sutherland?
That would be
just do
so
24.
badass. That would be badass.
All right, let me know when.
Okay.
You know what drone things we should do? And I've thought about this. I haven't brought it up to you before.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is a live reaction. Well, it won't be live, but...
So, on the last episode, which would be, 13?
Yeah, it is 13 episodes, yes.
So, the last episode of Season 1, do a commentary on the episode. Like, so, turn off the sound, get the mics, and be like...
Oh, like, just play it as we go?
Yeah, be like, okay, so now...
Pause it? Or, like, just...
No, pause it. No, you can't pause it. You gotta
my God.
You gotta keep yapping. No, we're not saying no one in this scene. We'd just be like, but you just...
I got you. Just from
full
our
on.
perspective as to what we're... As we're
It'd
watching
be our commentary for the last... so I was thinking, maybe do this, but then...
Yeah, can you
as
put a CD? Can we watch a fucking DVD on this bitch? Or can we bring up HBO Go on this? I feel like this is big enough to... Like, we could do it just like this.
We could do it like this.
Because then if we do it in the living room, I got to hunch over. I'm probably have a hunchback by the time we're fucking done. Fucking... Because I don't talk that loud, so...
Really?
Like, I have to be close to the mic.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that loud.
Okay, so last week we did an episode. It was episode 6, The Wire.
Oh, yes.
And about the 50-minute mark, you screamed.
You're getting a phone call.
Should I answer it?
Yeah, answer
It's
it.
my work.
Oh, shit. Answer it live on air, dude.
Nah, fuck that.
They're like, hey, we need you to come in. And you're like, dude, I'm in the middle of a fucking podcast.
Who the fuck's calling me from work?
With Omar fucking Little on the brain. Get the fuck off my fucking phone.
No, they'll leave a message.
Yeah, if it's important, maybe the fucking building burned down.
I don't care.
And you're working at 35th and Union for
Not
the next
today, I'm not.
4 months.
So anyways, what the fuck was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted? So 50-minute mark last episode, you screamed. I had the headphones on. And I knew it was coming. I didn't know exactly when, because it was kind of random on your part. I still jumped while I was on my little walk that I do. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I immediately texted you, God, you're fucking loud.
Yeah, you did. You're like, God, you're fucking loud.
God.
And I kind of assumed it was that, but I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? and then you're like, podcast, Omar Scream or whatever.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm like,
Christ.
okay, yeah, I get it. I'm a loud guy. If there's anyone out there who knows anything about a professional loud talker, I would love to fucking be one.
You are one. You're just not professional. You're
Right,
you're,
but I'm a loud talker. I don't really like
you don't hear me arguing.
No, and I talk with my hands, like not so much right here doing this because I have this in front of me, but like if we're just like having a convo, like it's
Hello, my baby. Hello. Oh,
basically doing the jig, you know?
nice.
Yeah. So
I don't know if they can leave me a message on my iPad.
no, I heard your phone ringing in the other room.
Oh, did you? I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Okay, so now we go back to the office.
Lester and Carver are getting info on the runner, right?
Yeah. So, but Herc starts it off. I like the way he.
Well, yeah.
I like this part. That's why I wrote it down. He's like, it happened just like you said it. Like it was almost like it was a plan.
Yeah.
And
Lester's
Lester's like, it was
a plan.
You dumb fuck.
Well, I thought that was kind of ballsy that he would say that in front of the kid because, like, he's basically explaining to the kid, like, hey, we've been...
kid,
I mean, not that he could put it all together, but he could have.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I was like...
They were talking about a plan. That's
Right.
probably no, that kid doesn't know shit.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, you know, if the kid gets off or goes and talks to fucking someone and says, hey, they knew exactly what we were going to do and when it was going to go down, like...
Right.
You would think that Avon and Stringer could put two and two together.
Right.
So to me, I mean, that's what, like, when he said that, I was just like, wow, that's fucking ballsy. Like, I thought Lester was going to be like, hey, like, shut your fucking mouth, you stupid fucking white bitch. Like,
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, Carver there, Lester's there, Prez there, Daniels is in the back, and then you got Prez walks up,
Yeah.
and he's giving him the evil
Yep.
Slick Rick eye.
Yeah.
So then that's when I guess we
He
realized,
realized.
and then the
Yeah.
audience realizes who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him before, so we knew who he was already.
Right. I'd forgotten that it was him, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I hadn't. So
I was like, oh, that's the little fucker that he fucking
he
pistol
was a
whipped.
bigger prick now than he was then, and he was a prick then. Like,
Who, the little
yeah,
kid?
I would have popped him in his other eye.
Yeah.
Little fuck.
You want to see forever, boy?
So Daniels feels bad.
Oh, yeah.
Gives him
Offers
his
to
card,
asks him to buy him
a drink,
ham
and
sandwich, and then he's like, I want a Reese's peanut butter cup
give me a
and a
Reese's,
can
yo.
of tea.
Comes back with a slice and a
Yeah, tea was sold out.
yeah.
And then he throws the card and says he thinks he can buy me off with some candy, a
He
candy
said
bar.
he actually said, "Pimp me out."
Pimp me out, yeah. Which, the way I looked at this
And his
was,
name is Kevin Johnson. He is the point guard for the Phoenix Suns from the 90s.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Sacramento right now,
Yeah.
I do believe.
Takes showers with little girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's the same Kevin Johnson.
At first, I put Calvin Harris.
What the fuck were you listening to?
Dude, I was so tired yesterday. Like,
So
I
tired
went to bed
You're
at
like, I was so tired.
I went to bed at like 9:15.
So you're so tired you couldn't hear?
I don't know. I was out of it. Like, I'm kind of out of it today. But what I took away from this scene.
Yeah.
We should just start over. Jesus fuck! If we weren't 34 minutes into this, I would say restart it. Is that Daniel feels bad and is basically wants to talk to the kid and tell him that he doesn't have to live his life as a drug dealer. Kind of like, hey, I know you've been dealt a shitty hand. Like, you live in a fucking tower in the towers where shit, you know. You don't have to be a drug dealer to fucking, you know, get out of the fucking hood or whatever you want to call it. And then he also feels bad because he feels somewhat at blame for the kid fucking losing an eye.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of what I took away from it.
Yeah, no. I
And
mean,
that, you know, because that's what he said. You know, he goes, might not be today, or might not be tomorrow, might not be a month from now, might not be for a while, but just call me at some point.
When you're not strong.
I'll be your friend.
Wow. That was deep.
I told you. They call me.
Yeah, and he just throws his card away, and
Barry
he's never
White.
going to fucking call him. So he poured out his heart and soul. Oh, and then
Yeah.
it's not going to matter.
They call me Barry White.
Jesus Christ.
That was a good one. God damn.
So now where do we go?
Back to Sant'Angelo.
Madame LaRue is
he's
what I
at
wrote.
Madame LaRue's. And from the jump, there's fucking kids' toys all over the ground.
He steps
trips.
on shit.
Like, you can just
she
tell.
go- she
right
goes-
there, she's a fucking phony in a home.
Wait now. You couldn't tell before?
No, but like... Excuse me. This just, like, puts the nail in the coffin.
How about when she goes, "You're Irish, no?"
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Italian. What?
Sant'Angelo.
I know. She gives him a St. Anthony. What did she give him? It wasn't even really
It's like
St.
a little statue
But
or
it wasn't
something.
really St. Anthony, right? I was doing something, I looked up, and it was already gone. I didn't feel like rewinding it.
I don't know. I think it was a little saint statue.
I think it was Drew Brees.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Or it could have been Joe Flacco.
Okay, he's a Raven, not a
They
saint.
are in Baltimore.
But it was a saint, you said.
I got you.
There
Jesus,
you go.
Fuck.
Woo!
My hair is slicked back today, so.
Wow.
I was
you
like, shoo!
that was pretty funny.
Yep.
So she says, take this little stupid thing,
Bury it at the,
cemetery,
where the
and then
victim is buried.
which is disgusting.
Leave it for 1 hour.
Like, like say you go visit your daughter because she got killed or
Yeah,
something.
right?
Yeah, who the fuck's digging over here? Is there a
I would
hole?
have shot the fucker. I made him a grave.
So, made him a grape.
Grave.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought he was like a
Hey,
California
guy,
raisin.
have a grape.
Um,
So, and then she, like, reiterates, like, leave it for an hour. Don't take it out early. Like,
yeah. So then you're supposed to take it out and then keep it by your ear and they'll tell you what happened.
yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
And he's like, it'll whisper it in my ear?
Yeah, it was fucking retarded.
Like, okay, guy, yeah, you're a fucking detective? Jeez.
So, I don't know what this next place is called. I put a political... What the fuck did I put? Party or something. I don't know. It's some kind of...
It's a fundraiser.
Some fundraiser
Yeah.
get together, yeah.
It's a fundraiser.
So I put Marla and Cedric Daniels.
Wait, hold your horses here, Chuck. I think you skipped.
I didn't skip shit, dog.
Yeah, you did.
What did I skip?
You missed Bunk and McNulty at the bar drinking.
I did. It's right above it. It's a real quick scene.
Yeah, but I'm just like...
No,
wait, I'm
I
like-
skipped it totally.
I'm like, wait, what?
Totally skipped it. McNulty and Bunk getting drunk.
Yeah. He sees like this
Bunk's wife's in Florida.
thick-ass white chick.
That's when McNulty's like, "Where's your wife at?
Yeah. And
Where's Nadine at? Is that her name?"
I think it is Nadine.
If you think it's Nadine, it's probably no way in hell it's really.
No, it's Nadine. And he says...
It was real quick too.
in quotes, he goes, a lack of pussy will change a good man's demeanor. That's what Bunk says to McNulty.
Yeah, and then they
Do
go
you,
to the
like,
farm.
when that chick goes in the bathroom, she kind of motions? Like, was she talking to Bunk there? Like, what was
I think
that?
she would have talked to anybody at that point. She was what we would call a whore.
I'm glad that he didn't go in there.
He will.
But, I mean, I kind of would have,
Well, later on, you're gonna have the same.
I
feelings,
know, but it's like, come on.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
So, especially in this show. So now we go to the
Except
fundraiser.
Omar.
And then he's not perfect either. So then we go to the fundraiser. This is where I wrote down Marla and Cedric Daniels. I actually wrote down Cedric.
Yeah.
They're at this thing. They look out of place. Like, she doesn't, he does.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got the tux on,
But he
you
does,
can tell he's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he
he
sees-
runs into Burrell.
Yeah, he sees Burrell, and he's like, oh, fuck, it's somebody I know. I can
Yeah.
actually talk to somebody.
And he doesn't even like Burrell, and you could tell how happy he was.
Yeah.
So then Burrell gives him shit. Now, did you catch the thing? A $500 plate dinner
Yeah.
on a lieutenant's salary.
Yeah. Like, that was his little jab, because remember
Yeah,
they've got the
yeah.
little dirt on him.
Yeah, that was a little jab. It was like
So,
subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely there. At least the way I interpreted it.
That's the way I interpreted it too.
And then shit.
Yeah, which he doesn't say it.
No, but it's Clay
they
Davis.
They show Clay Davis.
And it's funny because like as soon as they panned over to him,
Mm-hmm.
I said that I was like shit, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "You'll see."
He sells little bobbleheads of himself.
Does he?
I've seen the commercial on Facebook. One of those wire things that I follow.
Uh huh.
And at one point, he has a commercial with Marlowe, and he's looking for distribution, and he goes, "I hear you have good distribution," and like has Marlowe sell the bobbleheads for him.
That's funny.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty funny because they're making fun of themselves.
I wish they'd make wire pops.
I thought you were gonna say Wire Part 2.
No,
I was like,
pops.
sweet.
Because I would get them.
I could buy them all.
Yeah.
I would get the one with Omar with the shotgun, the one with Omar in the tie.
Yeah, because I mean they can make a ass load.
Bubs would have shit all over his
The
face.
show's got fucking.
Bubs GameStop exclusive with the heroin
Would you call it
needle.
like a cult following? You think maybe?
A little bit.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Just a boatload of followers?
No.
What
Not
does
at
that
all.
even really mean? A cult following?
Like almost,
Like with Boondock Saints, they say is like a saint.
well,
a cult
same with
following.
Fight Club. Same with Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's not like mainstream.
It's kind of like underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they show Clay Davis, and they flash pretty quick to
Weeks and Bubs at AA.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So
guy.
Johnny just wants to get
Yeah,
fucking
he's like,
sick,
"Aren't you going to sign it?"
and then get out.
He's like, "No, if you
Which
leave,
is,
we don't sign."
Here's the thing.
It's not a good way to show that you.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about that. If you just want the signature, have someone else sign it. You don't need that motherfucker to.
I think you have to have. I think they have like a special stamp or something.
They don't have any stamps. It's
No,
AA.
I've never been, so I don't know.
You just have someone sign it.
Oh, I guess.
Maybe he doesn't know that because he's never been in
Right.
a meeting before. But like you, I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't know how it worked. I didn't know you had to get his goddamn signature. I had no idea.
you
I'm assuming that's only if you're on probation.
no.
So if I want to go to an AA meeting tomorrow,
You don't know that's got nothing to do with that. No, if you're by a court order. Or
okay, I
something,
got you. That's
they
what I
might
meant.
say,
like,
"Hey, you need to attend 10 AA
I got you.
meetings." Then you go and the main guy will sign it for you.
okay,
Now, usually most of them don't sign it until the end,
right?
so then you just
Because
But
like
AA is anonymous.
true.
What are they gonna do? Hey, this isn't really Bob Schnoder.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like, so whatever. I mean,
Where'd you come up with Bob Schnoder?
I have no idea. So,
All right.
I like how they don't want to go there, but then they sit in the front row.
Yeah, Bubs does.
Yeah. So then we meet Waylon.
Yep. You meet Waylon. Gives a touching speech, and it touched Bubbles.
It touched Bubbles a lot. I don't like Waylon. He bugs the fucking shit out of me.
It almost to me he almost comes across like, is it insincere or unsincere?
Insincere.
Okay, he almost comes off like almost like as a phony, like almost kind of. It's in a
It's at A.
yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's hockey. You don't care.
Not one
But he kind of
No, I get you.
puts
It's-
off that little vibe like.
So is that just bad acting?
I don't know if it's bad acting or if it's just kind of like, yeah, or almost like he's like cocky because he's
Because he's kicked the habit?
yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just don't like the
I mean,
dude.
he's in like a cutoff.
Like, I don't like him. I tried to watch Treme, and he was in that too, and I didn't like him in that. So there's something about him I just don't like.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
personal, and
Well, that's how I feel.
maybe
about,
I'm just a dickhead, but I just didn't like
I
him.
can't remember.
But
There's
yeah,
somebody I don't like. Just the look of him. John Elway. That's who it is. I don't like him.
Is it because he told
It's
the
his
Colts?
goddamn look.
Is it because he told-
looks like a fucking horse?
Well, it's not because he told the Colts to go fuck themselves?
No. Well, I don't care. I wasn't alive back then. I was -1 in '83.
Well, how old were you when they won the Super Bowl?
In 2006?
Yeah.
Fucking 25? I don't know.
Wait. Your mascots are fucking awesome.
Why?
No. Anyways, so
Hold on. I want to finish this.
okay.
I was not born in 1983 when he got drafted by the Colts.
You said you were -1.
I was -1. Like, I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you were born in 85?
84.
Okay. In 25 years would be 2009.
Okay, so I was 20. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was close.
But you weren't thinking, God, he was with the Colts, he would be good, and they would win in the Super Bowl and all that shit. It's not the
It
case.
is crazy that they drafted like 3. I mean, Luck still hasn't proved it yet, but if he lives up to the hype, he's supposed to be one of the all-time greats. That
Yeah,
they
he's
drafted.
got a little ways to go.
No, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. But like, they drafted Elway.
I love Luck, but he's got a long ways to
Oh,
go.
you predicted him to win the MVP last year.
and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know he's going to fucking lose his liver or whatever the fuck happened to him.
Lacerated kidney.
Same shit. So, Bubs takes a keychain for being clean for 24 hours.
Or like it was 24 hours
or will to live.
A will to live or something.
That's not why he took it. He took it for the 20. And then Johnny thought that was the funniest thing.
Yeah,
I actually kind of laughed because Johnny laughed. So
I just don't like Johnny Weeks.
I don't like him either, but that.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you know, Abby was like, "Oh, Bubbles is gonna turn his life around." It's like,
does she really believe that shit?
She's very kind-hearted. She's yeah. So.
I've been accused of that before.
Yeah, have you?
No.
Yeah.
Not once. Ever.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
My ex-wife told me that I collect jars of hearts, that I'll just go around breaking girls' hearts, and that Christina Perri song is written for me. This was a long time ago.
Christina Perri. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
It's called Jar of Hearts. It's like some song.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she said that was written for me. So anyways, we go back to the fundraiser. Daniels walks into a room with a bunch of dudes watching the Orioles game. They're playing the Yankees.
They're in the kitchen, right?
It was like a dining room / kitchen. I don't know. There was a table, and then you could just hear the Orioles game going in the back. They're playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
And then the dude, his name, he meets Damian Price.
Day-Day. Yeah.
He reminds me of, like, Jermaine Dupri. I don't know why.
Me either.
But whenever I see him and hear him talk, I instantly just think Jermaine Dupri.
I don't think anybody reminds me of Jermaine Dupri.
I don't know.
So I'll have to take your word on that.
I mean, it's just like, it's so weird because, like, that's what it reminds me of. Or who he reminds me of.
So anyway, so he says how he could rob this place.
Yeah,
and
like he would love to rob it.
And then fucking shakes their hand, goes, "I go by Day-Day," and he goes, "I usually go by Lieutenant."
Yeah. And
then Marlo walks in and goes, "I need you to meet somebody." And then he kind of gives him a look like, "You dumb fuck."
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And we see that guy again. It's not like it's not like we don't meet him again. So
exactly.
And then we go back to the bar.
I mean, doesn't this dude remind you of him?
Not one bit.
Really?
Nope.
Must just be me.
He's got a big old fat face. That dude's glasses are bigger than his face.
Yeah, well, that was just in one picture, but
so we go back to the bar. McNulty and Monk are now fucking hammered.
Oh, yeah. They're, like, telling that chick to take it all off.
Yeah.
Fucking going bananas. Just slurring the fuck out of words. It's kind of like you and me when we played our Madden Super Bowl drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. At one point, when I had the subtitles on and someone walks by, Bunk says something, then he goes, you know how he does that shit?
Yeah.
And it just says mumble in parentheses. Which fucking made me laugh. Bunk tells McNulty he's going to have to kiss ass for 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
And then McNulty tells him,
"You know why I love you?
When it came time to fuck me, you were gentle."
Yeah.
And then you go this whole big old thing.
It's not because you were good
I don't
police.
think Bunk ever fucked him.
Well, I don't know if that was, like, maybe it's, like, previous to the show, like, you know, I don't know.
No, I mean, I think it's just he's thinking everybody around him is fucking him over, and he's just I don't know. I just don't see it.
Could be. Next scene? Or are we still talking about? Yeah.
Well, so then we go to Orlando's.
Yes.
D is walking into Orlando's, and before he goes up there, Orlando actually says he wants to talk with him.
Yeah. Hit me when you're before you leave or something.
On the way out,
yeah.
which he doesn't do.
No.
Which is
well, I mean, he might have, but...
Well, apparently not.
They didn't show it.
Apparently he didn't happen because he had to go find his ass.
Well, maybe he said, "Hey, what's going on?" And then
he said, "Oh, no,
like,
you know what? There's no cameras here. Let's go meet at the pits later."
That's why I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk at Orlando's.
I wouldn't either, but...
I'd much rather go talk in the pit. So then he basically... He goes in. It's Stinkum, Avon, Weebay, and Stringer. And D walks in and basically gets all defensive when they tell him or accuse him of having a snitch in his crew.
Yeah. he stands up for himself though.
Well, but it was like a they ain't no fucking. There's no fucking snitches. I don't have a snitch. Like
no, but it was all of
we're
them.
all tight.
It was
like,
all of them against D.
Well, yeah.
And
I mean, he felt ganged up on.
I think he stood up for himself.
So he was a beef this time.
Yeah, a little bit. Because they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're just looking for someone to blame.
They obviously know something.
Weebay keeps piping in the background.
Yeah. And and then, basically tells D that the pit is dead until Stringer gets down there and switches some shit up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then, like, D goes back to the pit. What the fuck are you doing in the pit? Like, is it mandatory that he hangs out there? Like, if the pit is dead and you ain't got nothing to sell, why the fuck are they all in the goddamn pit? Why are they there? I mean, it doesn't show it right here, but I'm talking
I don't think they are back there.
Yeah. Because when Orlando showed... Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck are y'all just sitting around the pit just chilling when you don't have any packs to move?
They probably are on standby.
They probably
and they were waiting for Stringer. He said him to go back and wait for Stringer.
Yeah, but he just said he'll be down there at some point.
Well, yeah, that's so... Yeah, I think basically they have to wait.
Because
what if someone else goes there and takes their corner? That's not a corner, but takes their spot.
So then we go... it's the same place, but... Avon they can't figure out why they didn't pop Stinkum.
Right.
And Avon says something's up, something's not right, like...
And Stringer's saying the same shit.
Right, because they're saying that they got the tags or whatever on the plate, like, they could have easily popped them.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely not necessarily catching on, but they're feeling the heat? Or like something.
Sort of. Something's up.
Yeah.
They know something's up. Something's going on.
It just smells like a fish in here.
Wow.
A little fishy.
Wow.
What if I did a podcast? Would I talk like this the whole time?
You'd have to do it by yourself.
Would you not want to listen to me talk like this for over 1 hour?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I'll finish this episode.
No. Jesus.
Who's the loud one now?
Still you.
Okay.
I thought your voice was gone.
Like I said, it's cool.
Now it's back. It's miraculously back.
It's been in and out all day.
Yeah, that's what
it really has.
That's what she said.
If I'm still here when the sun goes down, you'll see.
If I'm still
That's when it like fucking.
Oh, you're like a vampire.
Yeah,
but with your
that's
voice.
when it might just be allergies. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I have laryngitis.
Take a Claritin for fuck's sakes.
I don't have a fucking Claritin.
Take a Walton.
I don't have a wall. I don't have a wall.
At least.
I don't have a Walton.
A Walton.
Goddamn.
So, all right, we go to the office. Santangelo wants McNulty to cover for him. McNulty's hungover looking for not Walton, but maybe an aspirin.
Right. Well, it's funny because, and I wrote this down, they're both covering for each other without even knowing that they're covering for each other.
Right.
Like, because McNulty's like, fucking cocksucker.
Right.
Like, he's a piece of shit when he doesn't even know that Santangelo is like covering for him.
He's not really
giving,
covering for him.
I mean, he's not covering, but he's not throwing him under the bus either.
Because there's nothing to throw under the bus.
Yeah, but he could. I mean, you don't think he knows about the fucking drinking and shit on the job?
You can get in trouble for drinking
on the job.
No, he has no idea about drinking. When is he drinking on the job?
Well, not necessarily on the job, but just like.
But he's not with him.
No, I know.
That's what
I guess you're right. I guess only Bunk knows that.
So, and then Lester plays The Wire where they call Herc and Carver Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and
that was pretty fun.
Arguing over who's fucking... They got a big kick out of it, and they were like,
I'm Batman!
I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman.
Suck my bat dick.
So Robin was black?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Just fucking...
That was a quick little thing, and then they flash the vacants, Bubs and Johnny getting high. So there goes sobriety.
Yep, ask Bubs to sign some papers. Bubs says we'll have to find him some clean piss.
Who the fuck we know with clean piss?
We don't know anyone that has clean piss.
The sad thing is Bubs is smart. Johnny's making all the sense this episode.
Yeah.
And then we flash to the office.
You got Daniels, Bunk, Kima, McNulty. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what
they were talking about getting Bird.
That's all I wrote.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, that was pretty much it. It was.
I'm like,
it was them.
Whoa, what did we talk about?
Damn. It was them talking about getting Bird.
Right. Okay. Then
And it shows Santangelo waiting at the cemetery.
he's like reading the newspaper,
and fucking
listening to the
sports
Orioles
radio.
game.
Yeah. So then it has McNulty and Kima.
This is where it gets flashy, super flashy. Like
Has them in the car with Omar looking for Bird. And is that Little Man that they're looking at out the car window?
it could be.
I think I remember it being Little Man, but I might have made that up.
I like the scene. I like the scene a lot. I mean, it's not like an epic scene or anything.
No,
but,
yeah, it was pretty cool because basically he tells them how to do their job.
Well, and then like they ask him like, "Are you worried about being seen?"
He's like, nah.
And he's like, "If anybody wants to give a fuck what I do in my own time, I'll put a gun in their mouth or something like that."
Yeah, shotgun in their mouth.
Yeah, shotgun in their mouth.
And
Which I think is hilarious.
Well, and then
I could see him doing it.
yeah, well, and then he's like, he ain't gonna be up here. You can't carry a gun up here anyways.
Right. And he tells him like, you know,
And maybe if you went to where he gets high, and they're like, wait, he gets high?
Yeah.
And then he tells him where he gets high, and then he'll have a gun.
Did he he dropped a bigger word in there? Like he said something about, he didn't say culpable, but he said some like kind of
which time? I don't. Where are you going?
Omar.
Yeah.
When he was explaining, because he said something, he goes, "Well, if it was me being,
if I was constabling like you guys,
yeah, like he
made up a word, I think what he did.
It was just like
constabulating or something like that.
Okay, like
so yeah, basically he tells them
because like
where to go and get him when he comes out from being high with a gun.
Yeah,
which is just retarded.
Which you wouldn't think that. I mean, and then I actually wrote down that he quoted a Biggie song.
Oh, you don't
Never get high on your own supply. Like
you know what that reminded me of? We were playing like Trivial Pursuit or something, and it was like a TV Trivial Pursuit. And Angela, I had the last question, and I had to guess. It was a theme song or something, right?
Okay.
And she's like, "You take the good, you take the bad." She was trying so hard not to sing it
You
like
take
Faxa.
the good,
You take the good, you take the bad, however the fucking song goes. But I just remember Angela trying not to sing it as she was like reading it. That's what it reminded me when Omar said that.
Okay.
Is you don't get high on your own supply. Like that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, I mean basically. He's telling them they're wasting their time where they're at.
Yeah, just he's not going to be here with a gun ever. Yeah. That's the rule. Avon's rule. You can't fucking have a gun.
So then it goes to the pits.
When you're on the job. Yeah, you got Poot and Bodie.
Bodie asking, where's Wallace?
Yeah, and then Poot says, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then Bodie's like, he's in the wind.
Ever since, and Bodie kind of makes it look like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking pussy. And then Orlando shows up talking to D.
Yeah.
Orlando's got the connect, baby.
Yeah. And you can just tell he's a fuckboy just by what he's wearing.
What he's saying is, he knows this guy from D.C. who has a connect through New Orleans. So he wants D to run his package and they'll split the profits.
Like 50-50, yeah.
Never mind they're on Avon's corner in Avon's pits, on Avon's shit. He's Avon's front man and D is Avon's guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost dumber than robbing Avon.
It kind of is robbing Avon if you want to look at it in
a
twisted kind of way.
Stupid fucks.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny that D even said, let me think on it.
Yeah, because
I would be like, no, nigga, I am not selling that, you dumb fuck.
Every time. So then...
I'm putting myself in the character.
Nice try.
That's what I would have said.
Probably.
Like, no, I'm not going to fucking do it.
He's a chicken.
Because he even
He's a chicken.
But he even mentioned, have you told my uncle? Or have you... He's like,
yeah,
no.
but I remember the scene where they're celebrating later on or something, and D like asks Weebay and them their opinion. They look at him like, "Are you fucking crazy?
You dumb. You dumb.
So
you dumb."
It just switches to nighttime.
Yeah.
And Wallace is getting high. It's kind of fucked up.
It was. I was like, man, I'm like that.
I mean, you know it's coming, but you're still like, God, Wallace, you fuck.
Well, there's just $500.
I thought of that too. I was like, fuck those women.
Yeah. It was coke, right? Because he put it up his nose. I don't know. Can you do heroin? Can you snort heroin? I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was coke, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Well,
And I actually I put in here too that he was getting high with the coke or whatever, and you could see the car that Brandon was laying on out his window.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like he's sitting on his bed, and like they pan back behind him.
Did they pick up Brandon yet?
Well, they start the scene.
Just kidding.
They start the scene by showing the car at night, and then they pan up to his window, and then they pan back behind him, and you can see the car out the window. So he's like, I think they're almost
I was probably writing down.
I think they're like
Wallace is
symbolizing
doing drugs.
They're symbolizing that
Yeah, I get it.
he's still fucked up.
There's
And
not
this is the
much
way-
symbolizing.
This
I
is
get
the way
it.
he's coping with it
Yeah.
because he has to look at it every
no-
day.
actually- Yeah, I get it.
Okay, fuck. I'm just making sure, guy.
I just didn't realize that they showed the car.
Culpable. Okay.
Did you misspell it?
Spell it. No. just kidding.
IT. So then it goes to the streets, and you got Bubs doing his little hat routine.
Right. They're waiting on Bird. There's
So, yes,
fucking
Sidner and Lester
Lester.
go in and get a 40.
yeah.
I knew I liked Lester. Everyone else.
Somewhere in this scene, there's you see. Oh no, wasn't this? Never mind. Sorry. Something else.
So
Completely.
they're basically waiting for Bird to come out. And apparently they don't know who Bird is. That's why Bubs is there.
right.
He comes out. He puts the hat on.
Goes and grabs a red hat. Real
I love
quick.
how he puts the hat on me. And everyone else is like, "Oh man, look at this! I'm a pimp." And then Bird's like,
The
"Fuck off me, man!" Yeah. And they fucking hit him in the face.
What
with
does
40.
Lester yell before he fucking decks him with the 40? He yells like, "Ayo!" Like he's like looking the other way.
I don't know.
I think he just did it to throw him off. Like
Yeah, I don't think it.
because I thought it was kind of funny and I think it was funny and it was kind of fucked up that he decks him over the head with a fucking 40. That would fucking hurt.
Yeah, I believe he said, "Aw, shit,"
Yeah.
and then called him bitch ass. I actually listened as they're like arresting him. Like Hurt gets out and goes, "I got his legs," and I watched
Yeah.
like all the like subtitles, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Ah, you bitch ass cops, and
Well,
fuck you."
I mean, when they go to the interrogation room, he
Yeah.
doesn't stop there.
No, but like this part,
Like he went on. Like you could tell
like
he.
they're showing McDaniels,
I thought you were gonna say McNabb.
McNulty, and
I
Daniels.
was like, where's
it was McNulty, Daniels, and then Donovan McNabb right next to him.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him.
So then, but like, so you hear all this yelling at, and the last thing was her going, "Shut the fuck up, motherfucker!" It was just funny, and I was thinking to myself, like, are they? Because they're not on screen,
Right.
so like, it's not like they're really. I mean, maybe they were really doing that, and then they just they have the two cameras or
Right.
something. But I don't know. It gave me the giggles.
So then we go to the pit.
Yeah, and
You
you
got
see D,
Bodie, D, and Poot.
waiting for Stringer and Weebay. They
Weebay
walk
and
out.
Stringer show up.
They just ask him a bunch of fucking questions.
How often you change the stash? Make sure nobody's slipping.
All the same shit they talked
Yeah.
about that they do the whole time, and then they mentioned that all we got is our pagers and those cell phones, or the pages and those phones.
phones, and he says, "Tear them out."
And they're like, "What?"
Bodie's like, "What?"
And they're like, "Tell them motherfuckers out."
Yeah, and then they go do it.
Yeah,
And then they show
I felt
Connection
ba-
Lost.
I felt bad for the dude on the payphone.
Yeah,
Like,
they
he's
kind of
like
like
talking to his
punked
mom or
his
something.
ass. Like,
"Hey mom, how you doing? I love you." Get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
Yeah, and then they show it.
Connection Lost.
And so, and then the last big scene, well, not really last scene, second to last big scene. This is all takes place in a homicide.
We got Bird in the holding cell.
Landsman takes a picture of him.
Yeah, he's like fucking with them, telling them they wish they could have got pit bulls and
Yeah, Velvet and shit.
Velvet for the
He's
backdrop.
like,
and
"Fuck you, fat man."
fucking fat man. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, that was funny.
He's funny. He
He-
always says some funny shit.
Kima tries to interrogate him.
Yeah,
And then
calling
what-
her a cunt bitch.
Daniels
How about you free one of these hands? I'll fuck all three of your holes. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, this dude's going ham on her ass.
And then Daniels and Landsman are just listening outside, and Daniels is like, "One of you need to go in."
Yeah, and she's like, McNulty says, why, is she in trouble? You know, if he keeps this up, Kima's going to cut his ass.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny that he said that she would cut him.
Um,
Who says that? What, does she just walk around cutting motherfuckers with a knife and they
Maybe.
piss her off? Like,
maybe. How'd that go? Your knife makes a funny noise.
well, I'm all congested, man.
I'm only jested.
Yeah.
Bunk's talking to Omar as McNulty goes in. And that's where...
And then let's
What?
see.
Let's see.
Omar says something like, Man, that's one hell of... Like, he's ruthless or something. Like, I would never put my own gun on nobody that don't deserve it or something like that. He says something to that nature.
Oh, you mean when Bunk asks him why he's doing this?
No, well, they're, like, just sitting there, and Omar's like... He says something like... He puts his gun on people...
Bunk...
Did I make that up? I don't know.
I think a little bit. Because Bunk asked him while he goes, are you just feeling charitable or what? And he said he put a gun on someone who's not in the game.
Right. And then he says, I would never do that or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of did.
Sort of.
Kind of did, kind of didn't.
Sort of.
Whatever.
And then Omar recognizes Bunk from high school.
Yeah, well, and then right there, you also, that's where he says...
Well, did I not say that?
I
started to, and then you're like...
You're like, where the fuck is this guy going?
Yeah,
where is this guy going? You kind of drive the show.
Drive the bus?
Yeah.
The wheels on the
bus.
That's
what they call it. Like, they call the person who sets the other guy up the driver. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, because you usually say, like, as the scene starts off and stuff, like... So you're kind of setting it up.
Going,
damn. Let's drop the N-word again. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he says... Well, and that's what he said. After they say that,
right.
He said a man
has to have a code or whatever. And then he goes, I recognize you from somewhere. And he's like, I used to work West Side?
West Side?
Yeah. He's like, no, earlier than that. And he goes...
Yeah, you wrote down the whole conversation.
Carverdale or something? I don't know.
I just wrote he reminded
the first brother to play that sport with a stick.
Yeah, and all I wrote down is Omar recognized him from high school lacrosse.
Yeah.
But Bunk, I also wrote Bunk eats that shit up because he got this big smile on his face and was like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, man, those white boys used to piss themselves when they saw the Bunk coming. Like that shit was funny."
Talking like he's a third person.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
And you can tell he's full of himself from the get go.
Yeah, he should be. He's Bunk. And he asked him about any old murders.
Yeah, he's like, since you're being charitable,
and
well, he asks, "Are you being charitable?" And he's like, "What else do you want to know?" And he's like, "Anything."
Murder, stay murder.
Yeah. And he actually gave him more shit.
But it was still Bird, right?
Yeah, well, because he gave him that Denise Redding, yeah. And
but I assume that's still.
But hold on, because we're skipping shit here.
Kinda.
I
mean,
McNulty's in there. The ballistics come back. It matches.
Which, by the way, how long does it take for ballistics to come back?
Must be
seconds?
Fucking super quick.
Like they can't get anything done in that place, but they get ballistics in 2 minutes.
So
McNulty
says.
It's a match.
It's a match. You're fucked. Are you sure you don't want to fucking...
See, we didn't really skip. It's the same shit.
Yeah, but not really.
It is. It's the same. It's the same shit.
I mean, it's all the same shit, but we're not going in chronological order.
We're pretty goddamn close.
Denise Redding is below when McNulty tells him that he's fucked. Because they actually rip up the picture before you hear about Denise Redding.
Okay.
So Daniels walks in, rips up the picture.
Oh, I thought this was a joke. Daniels walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rips it up. They start beating the shit out of him.
They fucked him up. I bet you that was fun. And Bird was like, what did he say? You're at least going to give me one arm?
Yeah,
let me defend myself? Like, are you really? Yeah, they're going to let you fucking use one arm.
Yeah.
Dumb fuck.
And Omar kind of likes that. Like, him getting the shit kicked out of him.
Oh.
He's like, he sure knows how to... I forget what he said. Like, bring it out on... Bird sure knows how to bring it out of people or something like that. My question is, why the fuck is Omar there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean, you witnessed a murder. Do they bring you in when they grab the suspect?
Well, I guess they were just kind of like, hey,
you want to come see how we do police work?
Yeah.
Want to do a ride-along?
Yeah, you're right. I guess I kind of thought that, too, and then I was just like, oh, whatever, I guess.
I mean, he's Omar, so I guess it's okay.
He's just there.
I mean, I love Omar. I want him to be in every scene. I'm just not
know.
sure it makes sense for him to be at the police station when he's the murder witness.
Well, I think Abby really likes him because she's like, is he in more? Like, is he in this show a lot?
He's never in it again.
I was like, no, he's dead. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he dies at the end of this episode.
Wow.
Love you, honey.
So then Bunk calls Santangelo.
Yeah.
He pulls fucking Drew Brees out from underneath his pillow.
Yeah.
And apparently Drew Brees talked to him.
Yep.
So he comes back up there and thanks Drew Brees.
And this one Landsman says...
No, it was these fuckers that did
Yeah,
it. Which it wasn't. It was Omar that did it.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, I guess they did it too. But, and then he's like, Jimmy, we need to talk.
Yeah.
So they don't show it.
Yeah, they don't show it.
But he tells him
When
about
he goes
Walls.
to Perlman's house, yeah.
And that's not how I want to end an episode of seeing Perlman.
Yeah, no.
She's like, "When are you drunk on a Tuesday?" He's like, "I'm not drunk."
Yeah, and I actually wrote down McNulty shows up at Perlman's not drunk, looking to fuck.
Which is true.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. It's pretty much over.
Boom. Well, they told him that he told Perlman that Rawls is going after his badge. The job he loves, they're gonna do me.
Yeah. Which.
And then he walks in.
So it took him 7 episodes to figure that shit
rubbing his back. I'm sure she probably gave him a fucking
out.
blowjob, a sympathy blowjob.
Maybe.
You never know.
No. All right, so that was episode 7. Good episode.
It was.
Just makes me want to watch another one.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what the name of the next one is.
Not me either.
I'll look real quick. Break it down.
Break it down.
Break it down.
We'll do this again
Lessons.
sometime next week. Who knows what day? 'Cause
Lessons
I don't know what
is the next
day.
episode.
Lessons.
Yeah.
It doesn't even ring a bell to me. Does it ring a bell?
I'll give
to
you. Oh yeah, I'll give you a little preview here. You want a little preview?
I guess.
An outing with his kids. McNulty manages to get Stringer's license plate number.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'll give you.
All right.
So yeah, like us on fucking Facebook, like us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
iTunes,
Spreaker, search Palika, you'll find us. There's a lot of other videos there. There's like gameplay content. There's some Madden. There's some NBA 2K. There's some Beach Buggy.
fucking Beach Buggy.
You gotta love Beach Buggy. Yeah, just give us a like, rate us, review us, drop us any comments if we fuck anything up. Or if you don't like hearing my voice, just tell me. I can talk in an accent.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling them that.
Can you do a Hindu accent?
No.
Number 5.
Hello there. This is The Wire. That was terrible. Hopefully
was-
no Hindu person is listening because I probably just offended the fuck out of them. So.
I don't know. Maybe.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I know you did too. Thanks for listening. I hope there are quite a few people who made it to the end of this at the 1 hour and 12 minute and 50 second mark. Thank you for fucking listening.
Or close.
This is Talking TV with Nick and Josh. I'm Josh.
And I'm Nick.
Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.